save the day. He never gives up, he's always there, fighting for freedom over...
Today on the channel, we're taking it back to 2007 with the 25th anniversary comic pack, Dreadnok Torch and Dreadnok Ripper on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
So I'm out there in action figure land, Way I Got It Figure, back with another G.I.Joe review. This time we're doing a retro review, and this is a long time coming. I got this comic pack with Torch and Ripper, the Dreadnoks, way back in 2007. I bought it from Kmart around the corner from my bachelor pad apartment, and I just never got around to opening them. I ended up probably getting a couple more comic packs, like the Hawk and Scarlet one, and here and there. But I pretty much stopped collecting 25th anniversary Joes somewhere in the middle, and I just never got around to opening them. So we're gonna open them now, 16 years later, on the channel. So this being JoJo June, I wanted to get a lot of G.I. Joe content in for this month, and these guys are perfect for that. So as normal, we're gonna go over the packaging, we're gonna get the figures out, we're gonna look at them, we're gonna talk about them, we'll give some final thoughts and get you back on your way. So starting with the packaging, this is the typical comic book pack packaging, not only for G.I. Joe, but they did Star Wars comic packs like this too. I did get a couple of those as well. They did Marvel 3 3/4 inch, even they were really more like 4 inches. Marvel Universe figures, which eventually became Marvel Legends, but they were like 3.75. So they were doing comic packs across many lines at this time. And this one comes with like a replica of G.I. Joe 30, and of course Torch and Ripper. And it had the Doc mail away, which I actually wanted but never actually got around to sending away for them. Then on the back, you got a whole bunch of text. It's been 25 years since the battle between G.I. Joe and Cobra began, and to celebrate the anniversary, G.I. Joe is reprinting the most memorable G.I. Joe comic books from the 1980s, complete with a new cover art by Greg Horn, a cover artist whose work appears on comic books, video game magazines, and other entertainment media. Then, you know, you got your little synopsis of the issue, which was Darkness, issue 30. The Dreadnok biker gang headed by Zartan takes center stage for the first time, revealing their strengths, destruction, and chaos amid and weaknesses, impulsiveness, and lack of intellect. So, you know, I got no fight with Greg Horn. That's fine, tribute cover. But honestly, the Mike Zeck original will never be replaced. I mean, you can't replace that. But as you can see, the Marvel isn't there on the isn't present on the cover, which is kind of odd considering, you know, they had the Marvel license even at this time. And they show you some other comic packs, Destro and Breaker, which I definitely got, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, which I definitely did not get. And then, of course, you got your mail-in offer for Doc. And that's all cool. I never did get Doc. Never did. So there you go. We're going to get these guys out, take a look at them, and see what we can see. So here we have Dreadnok Torch and Dreadnok Ripper out of the package, freed from their long imprisonment in that good old Kmart pack. Which I did show the you know, the sticker, but I didn't point out that, you know, this pack was $9.99 at Kmart. So you know, you were talking about roughly $5 a figure, which was up from $3 a figure from when I was a kid. But then you also got, you know, you got upgraded figures, even though they came with the original 1984 weapons. But then you also got the comic book to go along with it. The comic is cool and everything. But I still think the original is the best. Comic had Frank Springer artwork in there for all the old heads who know who that is. Of course, you get their file cards, and there's the redemption certificate for Doc. So you had to buy 6 comic packs to get Doc, and I don't think they had to all be they probably did all have to be G.I. Joe. And they did do more than six packs. But I don't think I ever actually got 6. I don't think I got quite up to 6. But there you go. And the cards are just reproductions of their original cards. I don't think these had like different text than what was on the first run file cards. So you got Torch, aka Tom Winkin, and Ripper, aka Harry Nod. And we shouldn't forget Dick Blinken, who is Buzzer. And I do have a Buzzer. I just forgot to dig them out when I decided to do this. But I do have them. And getting a closer look at the action figures themselves. So they come with their original 1984-85 accessories. So Ripper with the modified XM LR3 with the clip, scope, and ripping thing he got there. And of course, these guys had like lots of extra detail put on them. You know, parts were separate where they were just painted on before to make these guys look a little bit more deluxe. And you know, it worked. You know, I was all over these guys when they started bringing them out. Of course, there's this sort of motorcycle engine backpack. And then here's his jackhammer deal. Things coming off, but you know, they kind of open up and close. Very cool. And then you've got Torch, And Torch, you know, this was all just painted in, you know, on the Real American Hero figure. But now he's got kind of a vest. And they actually put some paint apps on the backpack, which is kind of cool. And then his flamethrower has a little hook here that you can sort of attach to this thing on his jeans. So they kind of made it like a weapon storage. Unfortunately, they weren't that advanced yet in 2007. And looking at these guys, they look like they have like the same legs as Gung Ho and Roadblock. Same type of boots. Duke was all the same. And they've got all kinds of articulation. They've got the at least ankle swivel, knee bend. They have kind of a thigh cut, not a thigh cut, a solar plexus ab cut. In Torch's case, you know, the weapons are even the same. Like, you know, they didn't have there was no black wire to attach to this. It was always this plastic piece. And I remember, I think when I was a kid, I think we just broke this off. We just pretended or whatever. Reason being, the way this elastic pulls back, it doesn't make it all that easy to get it into poses. You gotta really gotta work with it. It was definitely easier to put it in the holster than have him hold it in the pose. Oh yeah, and of course they had the wrist swivel. I know I'm not following my normal way of doing reviews for this, but you know, I'm sure you understand. 2007 figures. But if 2007 was as far back as I was going, you know, you might be seeing something, but it's not. It most certainly is not. There we go. That's at least an approximation. So there you go. You know, these guys still work for a display. You know, I know somebody who has these guys displayed in their G.I.Joe, modernized G.I.Joe display. It's kind of a sight to behold to see all those guys together. Yeah, see, as you can see, the blowtorch does not really want to cooperate. I'm not 10 anymore, so I'm not gonna, you know, break the cord just to make it work. But, you know, that's what happened back in the day. There you have it. Torch and Ripper.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
All right, I'll move on to the final thoughts.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Okay, final thoughts on Torch and Ripper in the comic pack. Obviously I thought it was worth buying, so, you know, it was. I guess I just didn't think it was worth opening. That's not really what happened. It honestly really just sat in closets. I just carried them around wherever I moved, you know, for all these years. And I do have a substantial modern G.I. Joe collection. So I just felt like it was time to open them. Wanted to do something special for Yo Joe month. So this is one of those videos. As a set, you know, they were completing the original trio of Dreadnoks back in 2007, and you know, I thought that was necessary, you know, for that time period. You know, even then, you know, the lack of weapons, just their weapons just being complete retreads of the original weapons and no modernization up to that point. For Torch's weapons specifically, means I probably would have gave this set a 7 even then, and so I'm going to give it a 7 in 2023. Decent, but not the best. However, these guys are important guys to have. So there you go. I'm going to leave it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the blast from the past. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. I do have a lot more content coming, G.I. Joe wise, Transformers wise, all kinds of things wise. Mostly those two. That's my two big things. But yeah. And if you are already a subscriber, you know, please continue, stick around, watch the videos. There's so much more to go through before I'm done. So I'm gonna leave it there, and thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you all on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.